Hi, I'm Dr. John DeMartini, and you are listening to Empowered Living.
Hi, this is Byron Katie.
Hi, this is Greg Braden.
Hi, this is Mark Hope.
Hi, this is Dr. Maraboli.
Hi, everyone. I'm Dr. Pat Basili, the host of The Dr. Pat Show.
Hi, this is Dr. John Gray, author of Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus.
Hi, this is Joan Borisenko. I'm author of Your Soul's Compass.
Hi, this is Dr. Richard Moss, author of The Mandala of Being.
Hi, this is Stephen Mitchell.
Hi, this is Dan Millman, author of Way of the Peaceful Warrior.
Hi, this is James Redfield, author of The Celestine Prophecy. You've tuned in to a radio show that can truly change your life. It's time to break free from the prison of your negative thoughts and release your greatest self. You're listening to Empowered Living with Steve Maraboli.
A Better Today welcomes you to Empowered Living, Life, the Truth, and Being Free with host, speaker, writer, and personal coach Steve Maraboli. In the next hour, Steve and his expert guests take you on a quest for truth and highlight philosophies and strategies that help you release your greatest self. It's time to focus on your potential instead of your limitations. Here's your host, Steve Maraboli.
Hey, welcome to Empowered Living, Life, the Truth, and Being Free. I'm your host, Steve Maraboli. Of course, I'm president of A Better Today. ABetterToday.com is our website. If you'd like to call in and participate in this show, it's 866-472-5788. That's 866-472-5788. Or you can reach us through instant feedback, which is the best way to reach us for this show particularly. It's ABT Radio Show on AOL Instant Messenger. That's ABT Radio Show. Today we have an amazing guest. Dr. John Gray is coming back to the show. You know him. He wrote Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus. He'll be joining us shortly, talk about his new book, Why Mars and Venus Collide. But first, I want to say hello to the A Better Today community. Thank you so much for everything you guys do. You're all over the world, this community of people, thousands of people, who have decided to stop just talking about change and have decided to be the change. So thank you all so much for everything you do. You participate. You realize that nothing's going to get done on just having committees, just having these philosophical conversations, that it takes action, that it takes one kind gesture, one person at a time, one day at a time, to actually make a lasting change. So thank you all to the A Better Today community. For more information about A Better Today, our speeches, programs, seminars, the A Better Today charity, or any information you hear on this show, please visit ABetterToday.com or SteveMaraboli.com. I want to get to this show. We've had tons of feedback, and he's back in the show. He is the best-selling relationship author of all time. Dr. John Gray is internationally recognized expert in the field of communication and relationships. He's the author of 15 best-selling books, including Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus. In the past 10 years, over 30 million Mars and Venus books have been sold in over 40 languages throughout the world. Dr. John Gray's focus is to help men and women understand, respect, and appreciate their differences in both personal and professional relationships. He provides practical tools and insights to effectively manage stress and improve relationships at all stages and ages by creating the brain chemistry of health, happiness, and lasting romance. And sure, he's appeared on Oprah, The Today Show, Good Morning America, The View, Larry King, but now he's back to big time here on Empowered Living Radio. He's going to speak about his new book, Why Mars and Venus Collide, Improving Relationships by Understanding How Men and Women Cope Differently with Stress. Dr. John Gray, welcome back to the program.
Well, thank you so much, Steve. It's a real pleasure and an honor.
It was great to have you on the first time, and I love this new book, Why Mars and Venus Collide. We keep fighting, Dr. John Gray. We keep fighting. We handle stress differently, but in this book, you go over how it is to cope, how it is we cope with it, and how the other can understand how we cope with it.
Exactly. You know what? One of the things that's happened since I wrote the original book, Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus, is the world's become a very different place. And one of the major differences is the fast pace at which we live our lives, and that's often equated with stress. And recent tests are now showing that women used to be happier than men, and now women are less happy than men. And I say less happy because men have not become any happier. It's just that women have become less happy. And this is just in the last 6-7 years, a huge significant change. And now women used to live longer than men. Those statistics are now changing. Men are not living longer, but women are starting to live shorter and on a projectile of even living shorter than men. So what is going on? Well, it's sort of explained when you look at some other research that shows when they measure hormone levels when a man comes home from work, literally his stress levels will begin to lower as he anticipates probably sitting on the couch and watching the news or reading a magazine.
Right.
Whereas for a woman, as she approaches home, her stress levels will double. And that's a hugely significant figure as she anticipates coming home and tending to all the responsibilities of the house. And so we have a problem here, and couples that love each other, it's hard for a woman not to start feeling overwhelmed and exhausted and tired when her stress levels are so high. And anytime we're feeling more stressed, we become less patient, we become more irritable, and most importantly, which I also reveal in this book, is that our tendencies to cope with stress are so different. It's as if, it really is the case that when men and women are under stress, we have different reactions to stress. Well, the bigger the stress, the more those reactions are magnified. And if I could summarize them in one phrase, it would be that under stress, women will tend to magnify the needs of others above her own needs. So she becomes overwhelmed, feeling like she has to do everything for others, whereas a man will tend to magnify his own needs above the needs of others. So he'll come home and plant himself on the couch because that's what his body needs in order to cope with stress, is to rest. So men are very good resters, generally speaking.
It's like an ancient survival trait.
That's right. And men's bodies, women often go, why does he sit on the couch? Doesn't he care? Doesn't he care about me? Why doesn't he join in? And it's important to recognize that men literally have a different physiological response to stress. They run out of testosterone and stress levels start getting higher. And if you rest, if you recuperate, if you have recreation even, that will restore testosterone levels, and that's what gives men energy. Whereas for women, if they try to rest or have recreation, literally it doesn't restore their energy levels. Their testosterone levels will go up, but testosterone in a woman's body doesn't lower stress. And what lowers stress for women is a hormone called oxytocin, which happens through nurturing activities and behaviors. And the problem for women is that those very nurturing activities is what they set out to do when they get home. It doesn't lower their stress because a nurturing activity, although it's oxytocin stimulating, if it's done in a sense of emergency or urgency, then it stimulates testosterone. So once again, we see there's a problem.
Is it that we see it differently? I know so many women who are in the workplace, and of course I know so many guys that are in the workplace, and it's different. A lot of the women who are, when they're home, let's say for the weekend, they say, I can't wait to go back to work, and guys are the complete opposite. They say, I can't wait to go home. Is it because we view it differently, or is that just happen to be what's happening at the house or at work?
Well, there is this sense that for women the home is very overwhelming, and this is the real tragedy of today, which is when women are spending most of their time in a testosterone-stimulating environment. It is pleasing. It helps your self-esteem. It makes you feel good. You're accomplishing. You're achieving. Both men and women enjoy that to a great extent, and it doesn't lower stress for women. Women have to learn ways to balance that testosterone activity with oxytocin nurturing activities, and yet if those oxytocin activities are done with a sense of urgency, it doesn't work for her, and women often don't have time to do those kind of nurturing activities anymore. So I wrote this book to try to give women a new awareness of how they can create oxytocin in more efficient ways, and in a romantic relationship, which tends to be the most powerful way to lower stress levels in a woman, what way she can motivate her partner to be more romantic. But for a man, clearly, we love our work, but then once my work's done, I'm really looking forward to coming home, because home is the sanctuary. It's a place where I rebuild my energy levels, and it used to be that way for women, but it's not today. And that's why I wrote the book, Why Mars and Venus Collide Today, is that women are literally under more stress than ever in history, and we have to find ways to help women cope with that stress without having to turn back the clock and become like primitives, where only the men were allowed in the jungle and the women were only allowed in the garden doing nurturing things.